So we've had a few SBCs over this week, and to be honest, I've been half and half with a few of them. There is slightly becoming a little bit of an outweigh now of SBCs that I think you should complete, and some that you really just need to stick away from. One that isn't being talked quite a lot, and yes, my voice is completely off the rail at the moment. It will hopefully come back, but we'll just see anyway. So if you could just stick with me for a little bit, it will come back. Nunes, honestly, I've not really heard anything about him for the time being. I don't know why not. Like, in terms of value for what you get, big name, like in the Prem, Liverpool, may not be the most electric player in the world at the moment. Like, obviously the expectations were massive for him, and he's kind of been, I'd say, more mid than a complete letdown. I think he's still got time to kind of be there, but in terms of an SBC bringing it back to FC, he's incredible value, 236,000. One of the better strikers you get. He's got the quick step plus, which is lovely. He's obviously going to have the 87 rated, the 4-4. Stats wise, looks pretty decent across the board as well. For the price that you're paying and a striker you're getting back with a decent playstyle plus, with a target forward, advanced forward, and poacher roles, I mean, that is an easy striker to talk about that I'd say could fit into a majority of teams if you don't already have, say, an absolute top striker. So he is just the first one that I wanted to mention in there.
If you need coins in FC25, Lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins, with the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy.
And then I wanted to go back to some of the icons. Now, icons are very far and few at the moment. We've obviously got Zanetti on this day icon, and then we've also got Varane as a Centurions icon. Can I zoom this in a little bit more? Both of them, to be honest, in their icon counterparts, like their normal base cards, are woeful. Like, they're just not worth anything. We've obviously got them coming in at 386 and 372. Zanetti on his normal card is coming in at 275, and then Varane, I want to say, is cheaper than that, to be fair. It's coming in at 75. Now, obviously, with Varane, he's getting a boost upwards onto an 88, whereas Zanetti's going down, how light Keane was, and obviously he's going to get a little bit of a pace boost. So if we go from this way, he's getting a pace boost, shooting don't care about, passing, dribbling's good, and he's losing a bit of defending physical. He's still going into the right back though, which is a little bit odd for me. I get that he's got the rapid plus now rather than relentless. As a right back, it's not necessarily that valid in my opinion. The big thing with him is it could be a wing back. Now, the problem with that is he's still, well, I mean, 5'10" is not the tallest wing back in the world, but he's not necessarily a player I want going up and down, and he's going to be a very specific card to do. So to spend nearly 400,000 on him, I personally would just miss out on him, especially with the right backs that we've got already. I think he's just easier to be left alone. When it comes to Varane, to be fair, I think with midfielders especially, I personally haven't really found a balance that is completely game-changing, and that comes to the chance of Evos, people I've played in champs, in rivals, that have got totally different midfields every single game, which is fair enough. Everybody's still trialing out a lot of people, and obviously there is a lot of different roles that are going in there, and people are finding out which formation works, how many midfielders, do you need 2 DMs, a box-to-box and a DM, a cam and a centre mid. It all depends on what you personally play, and I think Varane could suit pretty well there. Now, by any means, I don't think Zanetti or Varane, their prices are completely out of the question, but it's the price they're asking for what card you're getting back. I actually think Varane is at least a decent value for what you get. Incisive plus, it's a big dub, it's a very nice one. The upgrade in itself, standard and stunning. 5 pace, brilliant. We like that they're doing the pace upgrade now. Free shooting, fair enough. 2 passing, already pretty decent, 6 dribbling, 6 defending, 3 physical. It's a solid upgrade for 2 overall. Gets a weak foot upgrade, gets the incisive plus, which you already had, which is fair enough, but it's still what they've took into consideration. It's got the playmaker plus. I think for me that is a decent value. Now, he's not the best midfielder you can get, 100%. But it's a decent value of the SBC. For a card, if you've not necessarily got your midfield sorted, he could be the answer. He might not be. And also, there is always a good chance because you can use the loan first, which is down here. Go and use that and see how you feel with him. But I think in terms of what you get back, is at least worth looking at a minimum. Now, looking through some of the rest, to be honest, we've got the 2 Trailblazers still staring at me in the face, and there is no move for them either. Rafinha and Musiala, I think in terms of players, incredible. Now, with Rafinha, he's a funny one because he at least is a decent upgrade of a card. I just don't think he's worth the price that they're putting on him. I really don't. For what you can get back, Tiki-Taka plus, if he had a better playstyle plus, I could even argue the fact there, but the fact that he's got Tiki-Taka plus, he already had an inform, it's coming in at 500,000. I just don't think he warrants that much of an upgrade. I know Tiki-Taka is better than nothing, but I'd rather be paying, like, realistically, you look at the upgrade here, I don't need the 7 defending. It's a good upgrade across the board compared to the 84, but when we've got all the other options, I think 500,000 coins is a crazy assumption for him. Musiala had absolutely no hope. I don't know what they were thinking with this SBC. I wouldn't pay 100k. Well, no, I mean, that's a bit brash. I wouldn't pay over 200k for him, let alone 400 for that upgrade. A 1 upgrade, technical plus still useless. Weak foot and skill move still the same, which is fair enough. It's a 4/5. Obviously, he's got a plus, which is normal, and he's got 4 shooting, 5 passing. It's an upgrade, not worth 400k. Which then leads us to some of the player of the months that we've got. Obviously, POTM is still here. We've got Chris Wood, Lewandowski. We have the Italian striker whose second SBC, or at least first SBC, has now expired. We have a Harry Kane. Barcola is still in the mix as well, which I think we are due a Ligue 1 SBC for the player of the month very soon. I don't know if there's another one missing. I feel like there's one missing, but there might not be. It might just be voting time at the moment. So if we kind of go through their prices, I think Barcola doesn't have very long left. He pretty much is on the last legs. He's quite an easy one as well. He's been the same since week 1, 205,000. No thank you. We then have Lewandowski at 175. To be honest, I think that's actually not the worst value in the world. He has obviously got multiple different variations now, like he will do at any point. Like, Lewandowski always gets cards, so if you miss out on this one, I guarantee there'll be another one at some point. Then obviously we've got a few of the more newer ones. Chris Wood came out. We know he's going to be just complete either fodder or an evolution fodder at some point because he's 85 rated. He's going to get an upgrade very soon-ish. We then have the Italian striker who's going to be pretty much the same. First touch is going to be kind of just more your SBC storage. Finish him off that way, and that's really about it. Harry Kane, kind of like Lewandowski, he's kind of got a bit about him, but it's not necessarily the biggest SBC in the world. If we compare him to what he's already got, obviously he's got the finesse shot, didn't get a weak foot or skill move upgrade, 2 on the pace. It's not the biggest upgrade for him. Obviously, we loved the Ballon d'Or version of him. That's a card that we want at the end of the game, not on the 5th week of champs. So in terms of the card, he's nearly there. I feel like he's still slightly just under what I kind of want him. I need that, like, at least near to 80 pace at this point. Very much like Lewandowski. Now, the SBC price isn't that bad, and he's a moderate card. Like, he's a very good striker in terms of kind of running forward onto the ball. Not going to be there, but he's going to be someone that can finish. That is why you get Kane. And then the final one is POTM. Now, we already know she's, I think, still the most expensive SBC we've got on this list. She is 1.1 million. Incredible card in itself, but the price is massive. You're going to have to hold off on many party bags, many of these SBCs to actually get her done, which I think is fair enough. We see the same with Mbappe. We see the same with a lot of the big SBCs. you do have to go with kind of a few risks and put in for a high rated player. Now, if I was kind of ranking these, I'd go with Lewandowski into probably the decent value at this point. Don't know if I'd quite go must complete now. I'd say the same with Kane. Barcola would be kind of lower. I think with Putellas, if you're gonna commit, I think she is a must complete in terms of the card. But I could understand you missing out on her as well and maybe waiting for the next big one. Fodder is very hard to complete right now, but she's still got time, and we are going to go into Black Friday very, very soon. Then we also have a few of the ones that we've seen in previous weeks. I think they all are pretty standard. Inaki Williams would still go into the decent value. I think Robertson is still a very, very good left back if you've not already got one. Keane, if you're looking for a hero, could obviously link up now well with Nunes. I think he's a fantastic SBC. If you've not done Sissoko yet, obviously the evolution's gone, but it still could come back, so I do think he's still an absolute must if you can. And then obviously Yilmaz is going to be just more SBC fodder at this point, which leads us to the new cards. Now, all of these are in the Track Star promo. It's a brand new promo. In terms of its kind of reception, I think it's okay. Like, it's not the worst promo in the world. Some really nice big hitters in here. Obviously, it's focusing heroes and also normal players. And then when it comes to the actual player SBCs, we've got Beasley coming in at 373. We've got Diaz coming in at 371. And then we've got Oberdorf at 148. And then we also did get another American end of era in O'Hara at 115. Now, unless you're just linking for some Americans with your Morgan, Swanson, Smith, Horan, any of the icons, then obviously she's going to be a potential hitter there. She's probably one of the better right backs in the American nation. But free star, rapid plus again, going down the right back or left back route with the wing back already on there. Like I said before with I think I said it. What did I say it? Oh, I said it was Zanetti, of course. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of the wingback, and I don't think she's going to have that technical ability to really play that role how you want it. I think in terms of what you're looking, it's more an SBC storage. It's not a total deal breaker. I think the value at 100k isn't awful, especially for the links. But the free star, trying to play her as a right wingback is going to be more of an interesting one for me anyway. That's kind of really it for her. Diaz is an interesting one because obviously with him, the centre-back's already set. A lot of people are looking at Virgil Saliba, great pairing. Easy. They pretty much cost the same as Diaz now, which is just absolutely nuts in themselves. And he's got the Bruiser Plus, which isn't the greatest playstyle plus for a centre-back. He's managed to get the pace upgrade, which is beautiful. It's exactly what we want. And obviously if you're building a Man City team, then obviously he's going to be one that you're going to do. Of course, you'd be stupid not to. But in terms of the card itself, I mean, it's good, but it's not fantastic. I think you've got a lot of cards out there that are going to already be on that level and not cost nearly half as much. We've got a Van der Ven, still very good at what he can do, especially even without a playstyle plus. We've got Virgil coming in at 137. We've got Saliba coming in at 71. I think having them two as a pairing is going to be more beneficial than going for just Ruben. I think even going and buying Gabriel would be still better in my opinion. So I think if I was being really ruthless with what SBCs you should complete, especially with the pricing that we've got at the moment, I personally would miss out on Diaz. When it comes to the other two, Beasley is, again, another one that could link very well. O'Hara, Swanson, Rodman, Smith, the whole shebang. You've got a great linking pattern there, which is going to be nice. He's coming in at 372 as well. We've now got the quick step with him, which he changed from rapid. I absolutely love that change, so that's already a big one for me. Whether I'd say it's a must complete, I personally wouldn't, because he hasn't got that 4-star skill move. He's definitely got some nice stats. Shooting could do with a bit of an upgrade if you're looking for more of a left wing, who's someone who's going to score as well as an assister. But he would be kind of that great link if you are looking for the American kind of up front, or even midfield as well, to be fair. So I think for me, he's kind of that half and half value. He's got a great upgrade. There's a few things that you could kind of change with him, but he could still definitely do a bit of a job. And then Oberdorf was always solid. She kind of really got her notice with that Team of the Year, was a stunning Team of the Year. And now she's coming in, press proven, not my favourite playstyle plus, 150,000, it's a solid value, 75 pace, 80 passing, great defending physical. I think as we've already kind of alluded to in previous videos, DMs are so hard to come by. I think if you could manage to link her in, she would be an easy must complete for me. She's got everything you need, other than the 4-star weak foot. Again, minor things. But when it comes to a DM, they're the hardest things to find to actually fit your system as well. I'm finding a lot of playmakers, a lot of kind of just floating in and around, and then loads and loads of cams. I can't find a DM that I'm absolutely 100% with for a reasonable price. Like, obviously Patrick would be perfect, Hullet would be nice, but for a reasonable price as well. The only thing that will let her down in terms of completing her is linking her. At this point, with not many icons out yet, unless you've managed to be very lucky in the icon packs we've had, there is very few players that are either German or in Bayern Munich that I would actually put into the main team. So that would be personally the only issue I would have with that card. If you're running a Bundesliga team, then you're absolutely golden. That's going to be the list. Hopefully you did manage to get all the way through. It will hopefully come back very soon, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.